Great Wednesday morning, May 20th, 2020. To God be the glory for yet another opportunity to experience His goodness, His love, His kindness, His grace. Let me ask you this before we get into today's chapter, Jeremiah 36. Are you someone who prefers movie theaters or libraries? Yeah, I'm sure the answer will be movie theaters. I like live theaters, plays, but movie theaters tend to be very cold. The air conditioner, even if it's 30 degrees outside, and I would bring my blanket and anyway, I love libraries, and I still have books from my parents' home where they had periodicals and textbooks when my father taught, and even from my siblings, my sister and brother, when they were in school, books from the 60s. I still have them because I value, treasure authors. If they had inspiration to pen a book, to put something on paper, then a lot of times that information is timeless, and sometimes you have to refer back. Well, in this book, Jeremiah 36, is talking about how the Lord told Jeremiah to write down everything, all the inspiration that the Lord gave Jeremiah from the time He began giving him messages to the very present moment. So Jeremiah took this guy, Baruch, and he was a scribe, and he wrote down, he pretty much dictated. He listened to all the words of Jeremiah, and he wrote them down in a roll of the book, the scroll. And then after that, he read the words. It says in verse 6, "Therefore go thou into the Lord's house in the ears of the people upon the fasting day and read it." And of course, these were not happy messages, and the king was displeased with the words, and he in turn burnt the pages of the scroll. And then the Lord in verse 31 says, "I will punish him and his seed," talking about the king, "the servants of their iniquity, all the evil that I have pronounced against them, because they hearkened, they didn't listen." So a lot of times, in order to read, in order to write, you have to listen first to the voice of the Lord, and He will give you understanding. So anyway, what I am asking today is, are we listening to the messages of the Lord? Now, we don't have to write down every message. If you have a journal, that's wonderful. But know that the Lord wants to give His people messages so that we will be able to follow His lead, because He has a plan. He has, in Psalms 139, it says that every page, every chapter, every act of our life was already written in a book, and He wants us to follow the plan. And when we do that, the Lord will hear us as we listen to Him. Psalms 20, "The Lord will hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of God will defend thee. Now know that I, the Lord," verse 6, "saveth His anointed. He will hear us from His holy heaven." And when we hear the words of the Lord, then we'll be able to do the work. In Micah, it talks about that we're to defend, we're to protect, we are to stand up for those who do not have as much as we do. And know that in verse 12 of Psalms 140, he says, "I know that the Lord will maintain the cause of the afflicted and the right of the poor." He wants us to be advocates. "Surely the righteous shall give thanks unto thy name. The upright shall dwell in thy presence." So let's read, let's write, let's make a change out here. Let's note the messages so that we can impact for His glory. All right, have a wonderful day. Going back old school, pull out some books and maybe start writing some books. Good day.